Hey there, it's GwinnStacy, and welcome to episode 22 on the Intricate Effects server. So today, I've been playing with villagers. I made all these little villager huts with the cactus underneath. Oh, you can already hear the doors. So I made a bunch of them surrounding the perimeter of my, I'm gonna call it a homestead. My little homestead here. And they're working. The zombies are just coming in and they don't even make it to the center. They just get killed on there. But now I thought it would be kind of fun to see if I could get some iron golems to spawn in here. So I was reading on the wiki, and it takes, you need 21 doors and 10 villagers. And they have to be considered part of a village. Oh, see, this guy didn't die yet. That's alright, he'll die. They have to be considered part of the same village to get the iron golems to spawn. So what I'm doing is I'm sticking a bunch of doors and some extra villagers underneath the huts. You can already hear the doors going nuts. And I'm gonna put them in a couple of the little huts and see if that counts as enough villagers to make iron golems spawn. The only problem that I'm thinking of is that they're spaced kind of far apart, so they might not be considered the same village. They might actually be their own little villages. And then from listening to that one hut that I already started, I think I'm gonna make it so the villagers can't reach the doors, because I think the sound of the opening and closing doors is gonna annoy me. Like, you can already hear it. It's so loud over here. And there's only 3 villagers down there right now. Oh, and I put glass so that the sunlight can get through, and it that makes it so that the doors will be considered houses because it's exposed to sunlight right there. So I think I need to change it up a little bit, because, man, they're just going crazy. They're just slamming doors. So I'm gonna change this one, and then I'm gonna do this other hut. Just dig on this other side, and then we'll see if I get any iron golems. Yeah, and I think the villagers are just gonna have to be separated. That's what's gonna have to happen. Cause it could get really loud. So I'll be back once I do that. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing under there because it's like really small space. This is the villager breeding station that I built. And I haven't shown it before because it is just like so derpy looking. It's just functional. It doesn't have any, well, it's not aesthetic at all. So over here, I've got Unary Bits Infinite Breeder, which it's not going to work in 1.8 because the villagers need a little more coaxing to breed. So you've got a bunch of adults in here, and then there's only a one high space where the babies can fit through. And then once the babies turn to an adult, there's water that carries them away. So then I've got this one here with all these doors that's far enough away that they'll just keep breeding. And then over here, I've got a system where there are pistons that open and close this pathway and let them drop down. So if I want to get one out, I just, wait, let's see which way this track is going. And my tracks aren't very functional, so I pretty much just like break them and put them back when I need. This track's already set up. So then I just push this and a villager comes out. And then he goes that way. And then I have this system for when I don't want the villager, it sends them up. Oh, see, another one just dropped down into the spot. And I had to make space in here because if the way it's set up now, these guys are close enough that if I get like 4 up here, they will stop breeding because they'll be like, oh, that's as many as we can breed. But then once I move them outside of this area, then they'll breed again. So over here is my little... I don't like to kill them, like, with my hand. So I've got this little trap door here. And they just go down and they just get carried off into... Who knows? Well, it goes under the lake. I don't know what happens to them, but they eventually are gone. Oh yeah, see there's like a little water slide that takes them far away. And then they're gone. So this is where I'm getting my villagers to populate the little area underneath the villager booths. So I'm going to send this guy over and try to get him into a slot underneath. And we'll see if I get any iron golems to spawn. That would be nice. And down here, I think Agent asked, like, he took a little tour and he was like, what's this? Well, that's where I got my villagers originally. If you follow the tracks down, there's a zombie spawner. So I just cured 2 of them and then I had them breed from there. So let's see if we can get this guy into the spot. So I've had a little bit of an inconvenience. My mouse broke. The left click only works sometimes, so it's been kind of annoying trying to do anything. So I've got another one on order, but it's not going to get here till like forever. Okay, this isn't gonna work. See, I can't even... I click like 3 times and then 1 out of 3 times it works. I have a feeling, like, I know I'm bad at PvP, but, like, even if I had a good mouse, but my mouse has been, the left click has been going bad for a while, and I have a feeling that that has contributed to partially how terrible I am. So we'll see. After I get this new mouse, let's see if maybe I'll fight somebody and see if I do any better. Because if the left click's only registering some of the time, that means that if I'm hitting somebody with a sword, then half the time I'm not even hitting them. So that would make it hard. See if I can get this to curve around. Come on, guy. You're gonna go into this spot. Right here. And I've got them separate. I'll kind of show you what I've got down here real quick. So I've got all these doors. I've got 5 doors and then glass going up to the sky. So let's see if this is enough to get iron golems to spawn. I don't know. Okay. Now I need my thing back without letting him get away. Oh no. I want my minecart. Let's see, maybe if I go down lower, I can pick it up? No, I think I'm gonna have to break the piston. Okay. Yeah, I got it. So now I'll stick the piston back. And so the reason why I have the piston here is like, I'm trying to make it easier if I need to put different villagers in here. And then I stuck the trapdoor here because I found that if a zombies, they might spawn down here because zombie hordes can spawn at any light level. And so I've got this trapdoor because when I tested it on a creative map, the baby zombies can't hop through with the trapdoors. So hopefully that'll keep these guys from getting killed, because every now and then a zombie horde can spawn, even with the light level high, and they can just get in there and murder all your villagers. So hopefully that works. So I'm gonna stick 2 more villagers down here, and then we'll see if that works. So far, no iron golems are spawning. Oh, I need to sleep. Ah! It's gonna get dark. So I think there's a couple of problems with my plan. The iron golems will spawn in the center, what they consider the center of the village, which is the center between the farthest doors. But I don't know if they're considering the doors I put under these other huts separate or part of the same village. So I don't know where the center will be, and they could easily spawn inside of my greenhouses or underground inside of my farms. That would be bad. So I'm going to play with this some more. I'll probably wait to play with it till I get my mouse, because it's been super frustrating trying to do anything when the left click doesn't always work. So I've got... And see, the other thing is, I don't know if it's counting this villager on top as one or not. So I'm going to have to look into it some more and test it out. But I thought that would be cool if I could have almost like a gated community with these guards and then iron golems spawning, and they could kill all the mobs that are left inside here. But so far, it's not working. I think the only thing that's working is the cactus defense here. The doors underneath, yeah. It's not working out. Although if I keep the villagers underneath the center area, then when the zombies come, they still kill themselves. So that's kind of nice. If I wanted to have a little villager mall underneath there, then that would work if I kept the, I wouldn't need the glass or the doors, but I just have to keep the villagers, underneath here. So, we'll see if I can figure out a way to make this work. So, I was gonna end the episode because I wanted to get an episode out, but I didn't like leaving it like that where my plan just didn't work. So, I did some checking. I went into a single player map and I got this mod called Village Info. And what it does is it basically tells you what counts as doors and what counts as a village and where the iron golems will spawn. And so I mapped out the coordinates of where all these little huts are and came up with a plan. So I ended up taking down all the doors that I put. And then I figured out that the place... Oh man, there's a zombie over here. I should turn the sound down. So my first mistake was that where I had the light coming through, these overhangs were actually stopping the light, so that wasn't working. So now I've got villagers underneath the cactus area, because I was hoping this wouldn't happen where they just stand there and stare instead of trying to get at the villagers. Because if they're moving, they're going to hit the cactus. But if they're just standing there staring, then they're just... Oh, great. Stupid baby zombie. And then I put glass here so that the light goes through. And then there's a row of doors. But it's only one lower than the surface. There's a row of doors here. and here. Because with the doors as low as they were, it actually makes the iron golem their spawning area underground. Because I guess the height matters. So with this new setup, I'm still not getting an iron golem. And I'm wondering if maybe this little wall is in the way because the spawning area that I kind of calculated should be somewhere around here. And then I decided to only do 2 of these huts because with as low as these other huts are, it would make it so that the iron golems would possibly spawn inside my greenhouse or in my farms underground. So that kind of complicated things. And I didn't rebuild everything in the single player map, so it was hard to tell where the spawns would be. But so far, no iron golem. There's another baby zombie. I hear it. Where is it? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. See, I want these guys to kill themselves. Like that. Thank you. So it might be more efficient to only have the villagers under the center area. That way the zombies are kind of going towards them. So let's see if I get an iron golem. If this works. If my plan works. I do want a wall around here, but I want to see where this golem's gonna spawn. And if this works, the golems, it'll spawn, like there's enough villagers for 1 golem to spawn, but then as soon as they wander out of the area, it'll count like there's not a golem, and it should spawn another one. So yeah, any moment. I think I'm just gonna come back if it spawns, because now I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see if this is gonna work. Because if these did not combine into one village, then there's not enough doors on either one. They have to be combined. I don't know. There's enough villagers in each one. If I could only fit enough doors, it would work. Okay, I found another problem because it's still not working. The leaves were blocking the sunlight in some spots. So I gotta make sure that there's nothing above where I have the... Oh yeah, see, look at that. Right here, this is not reaching the sunlight. So these do not count as doors because the leaves right here are in the way. I hate to get rid of this tree, but... Okay. Let's see if I can come up with another solution. You just need 1 hole. So now these count as doors, which they were not. I didn't have enough doors. They weren't counting as doors because the sunlight wasn't coming through. See, there's nothing there. Okay, those are all good. And over here... So I wonder if I have to replace those doors or if they'll just count them now that there's light. Okay, was there... Yeah, I knocked off the leaves that were blocking this one too. And I was gonna add some more doors just to see, but now I'm not sure if I need them. So now I'm gonna wait again and see if that fixed it. And I have success. I got a golem to spawn. But It took a bit to do it. I basically had to I had to take all the doors out of my villager breeding area villager breeding system. I just had to remove all the doors, and then I went around my base and I removed every door that I had anywhere. And so the only doors left were the ones under these two huts. And then bam, they spawned. So it must have been registering some other doors as like part of the village, which changes the center of where the village is, and the golems spawn in the center. So if I had doors way underground and then I had these ones on top, then the center would be somewhere underground with like solid blocks, no place for the golems to spawn. So it finally worked, and now they're just wandering away. But it's okay, because more will spawn. If this works, then I can put like my wall up, and then if I figure out where they're actually spawning, I can stick my wall up and then have the spawning spot be inside of the wall, and then they'll just wander around my base, killing all the endermen that keep griefing everywhere and whatnot. So that's awesome! Yay! So that's all the time I have for today. Till next time. Bye!